Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss what is the effect of applying force on a body. Whenever we apply a force on a body, what happens to a deformable body? Now, in this lecture, we are going to discuss what is stress, then what is the mathematical expression for stress, then what is the unit of stress, and then finally what are different types of stress. We will start with what is stress. So stress is basically internal resistance offered by a material at a point against the deformation caused by external load acting on it. What is the physical meaning of this definition? Now, suppose this is a body which is a deformable body and you are applying a force on it and it is deforming. Now, when we remove the force from this body, then it comes to its original condition. Now, why it comes to its original condition? Because when we remove the force from this body, then no force is acting on this, and according to the mechanics and Newton's laws, when no force is acting on the body, then it cannot move. So it means a force which is internal resistance is developed in this body and it is equal to the external load, and that is why when we remove the external force from this body, due to this internal resisting force, this body comes to its original position. Now consider a cylindrical prismatic bar and an axial force is applied on it. To understand what happens to this bar after the application of this axial force, we are going to cut this bar into two halves at a plane. So this is a plane. So after cutting this bar into two halves, we will get the two parts of this bar, and this area, this exposed area, is known as cross sectional area. So what is cross sectional area? Whenever we cut a member perpendicular to its axis, then area obtained perpendicular to the axis is known as cross sectional area. So we will see that an internal resistance is developed at every point, and this internal resistance is known as stress. Now, total internal resistance at this cross section will be summation of these small stresses at individual point. F is equal to F1 plus F2 plus F3. Now, if two conditions are fulfilled, then F1 will be equals to F2 will be equals to F3 will be equal to Fn. What are these conditions? These conditions are: first one, the force should be applied on the axis of the body, and second condition is that the bar should be prismatic. What is the meaning of bar to be prismatic? It means the cross sectional area of the bar should be constant. If cross sectional area of the bar is changing along the axis, then this condition will not be fulfilled. So F1 is equals to F2 is equals to F3 will be applicable when these two conditions are fulfilled. Now if these are equal, then we can write that the summation of all these forces will be equals to NF1. Okay, N are the number of points or the particles at this cross section, and this summation will be equals to the area. This area, when all points are added, then it will be equals to the area. So after simplification, we can say that stress sigma is equals to total internal resistance divided by number of molecules, or total internal resisting force divided by A, which is cross sectional area. If this body is not deforming and according to the static equilibrium condition, this internal resisting force should be equal to the external applied force. Okay, if there is no deformation in the body, okay, we are applied some force, and if this body comes to its original position, then this internal resisting force should be equal to the applied load, and it is there. So the formula of stress comes out to be sigma is equals to P by A. Now what is the unit of stress? So unit of stress is very simple. The unit of force is Newton, unit of cross sectional area is meter square. So unit of stress is Newton per meter square, which is also known as Pascal. And the other unit is, when we multiply Newton per meter square with 10 to the power 6, then it is known as megapascal. What are other units? When we multiply Newton per meter square with 10 to the power 9, then third unit is gigapascal, and fourth and last commonly used unit of stress is Newton per mm square, which is also equals to megapascal. Now what are the different types of stress? So type of stress depend on type of force. What type of force you are applying to the body? If the applying force is normal, then generated stress is normal stress. If applied force is axial, then developed stress is axial stress. If applied load is tensile in nature, then generated stress is tensile stress. If applied force is compressive in nature, then developed stress is compressive stress. Similarly, if applied force is parallel to the surface, then generated stress is shear stress. If applied force is perpendicular to the axis, then generated stress is bending stress. And if applied force is twisting in nature, then generated stress is torsional stress. Now we are going to stop here, and we are going to discuss next topic, which is strain, in next lecture. Thank you everyone.